And sorted by the day, Wasserman Schultz of Florida continued to employ Awan, he's a Pakistani national, for several months, even after he was banned from the House computer network as a security risk. She refused to fire him until he was actually arrested at the airport trying to flee the country to go back to Pakistan, and then was indicted on several federal charges. Weirdly enough, though, the plot gets even stranger from there. A new report by Luke Rosiak of the Daily Caller News Foundation reveals that Awan actually had a second account with access to the House network. That account was still active as of yesterday, potentially providing Awan secret access to the House network, the very same network, as we just said, he was banned from as a security risk. The secondary email is linked to another House staffer who specializes in intel issues and works for House Intelligence Committee member Andre Carson. Whoa. Mark Steyn is an author and a columnist, and despite being Canadian, seems to care a lot more about America's security than some members of the House of Representatives, weirdly. He joins us tonight. Mark, I'm running out of kind of non-sinister explanations for this story.
Yeah, because basically everything people, as I said on your show a couple of months back, basically everything people have been looking for in the so-called Russia investigation is actually here in the more or less uncovered Imran Awan investigation. This guy had his access to House email withdrawn because he was a security risk, yet he still had a House email. And the House email he had, which is something like 123 at house.gov, suggests that in fact he was rather deeply embedded inside the House email system. There's nothing, by the way, just to talk first principles here, Tucker, I don't actually see why a lot of low-grade congressmen actually require so-called IT aids.
I agree.
And the fact that they have them is a potential security risk. So in a sane world, they wouldn't have IT aids. But if they do, the idea that they subcontract them to one Pakistani family, who are taking home extraordinary salaries that bear no relation to what low-grade IT aides can command, and wind up owning 4 homes in the Washington area. And the official explanation for that is that he had at least 2 wives to support, being a devout Muslim. This story is malodorous to a degree that nothing surrounding Trump's involvement in the Miss Universe pageant in St. Petersburg or wherever it was is at all, and nobody's interested in it.
Well, they're not interested because, as Debbie Wasserman Schultz herself explained, she was protecting this guy from racism, from the white supremacy of America.
Right.
That's why she refused to fire him.
Yeah, he's basically, as his lawyer said, he's being accused of browsing while Muslim, or whatever the
he's a civil rights martyr
was. Yeah, he is a civil rights martyr. He's actually he fled. The wife fled 6 months ago, so that in itself is problematic. There is a high level. She has already attempted to intimidate and obstruct the investigation. As you know, she demanded the return of her laptop from the policeman investigating this, which is exactly it's on camera, and it's the interference with a police investigation that everyone's accusing Trump of doing with James Comey and all those guys. So everything they're actually been sniffing around in Trump for with the Russian investigation for basically since last summer now, and they haven't come up with, is staring them in the face on this thing.
Man, if we ever get a Republican-controlled Congress, maybe they'll investigate it. That would be great.
Yeah.
We'll hold out for that.
Yeah.
So I want to ask
Special
you about
investigator.
Don't hold your breath. So Hillary Clinton is back on the campaign trail. She's not trying to get votes this time. Instead, she's trying to sell her new book. It's called